Hey guys, it's Gianni, otherwise known as Master Beetle here, and I decided to do another deck profile of, DIs. I know this is like the third version of the deck that I've posted on the channel, but, it's one of my favorite decks, and I feel like the deck needed to change for Bermuda Triangle Meta, so let's just get right into it.
And I'm here too!
Yeah, we got our cameraman over here, Yuki, otherwise known as Richard.
Hey.
So this is the Dantarian build, the Dantarian retire build to be more specific, just to, try and counter Bermuda Triangle because they're really strong, but a weakness is if you could retire 2 to 3 cards on their board, they have to start committing more and they're not guaranteed to have those other melody units. So yeah, we're running 4 of Dantarian. Obviously, he's your ideal first ride just because he gets your soul charging going with your when you retire stuff, and he also lets you guard from the soul, which is also very nice against the Bermuda matchup. And then we're running 4 balls. Now, obviously, ball isn't a good ride, but you're running him just because he's a retire card and he's a shield and soul. So that's why you're running ball. He's really good with Dantarian. And for the last card, we're not actually running Demon Eater. We're not running Fifth Element. We're not running even No Life King. We're actually running 2 Ghoulish Despoilers. I actually really, at first, I was like, what the fuck? Why are you running Ghoulish Despoiler? Ghoulish Despoiler is actually really good in the deck. He's not really the best first turn ride, but he's a really good tempo ride after Dantarian. Just because if you have 10 or more on attack, he's a 22k beater by himself, and he gets to pop something. So he's just really good by himself, also against Bermuda Triangle. And his on-ride skill, CB1, Soul Charge 2, and you can get anything that's a 2 or less from your soul. Just lets you toolbox into your grade 2s, grade 1s, and even a 0 shield if you need it. So that's just the grade 3s. On to the 2s. We are running 4 of Gwyn the Ripper, just because Gwyn the Ripper is good early game for Soul Charge, and he's also good mid to late game when you have the 10 in Soul for a CB1 pop. So that's why I'm running 4 of Gwyn the Ripper. And then we're running 4 of Dark Soul Conductor. Like I've said many times, I personally think Dark Soul Conductor is a staple in DIs because he helps you not deck out, and he's an extra 15k shield that helps you mitigate when you Soul Charge triggers. Yapoo, yapoo. And I'm actually running 3 Authority of Waters. Now, at first, I didn't really like Authority of Water. But since this is actually a more retire heavy deck, Authority of Water actually works out really well in this deck. Just because if I have 10 or more and I retire something on my opponent's board, whether I'm just attacking it or retiring it, I get to countercharge 1. And it actually works really consistently in this version of the deck. And even if you ride her, you can get her back with Ghoulish Despoiler. You can get this back with Ghoulish Despoiler too. And for my final grade 2, I'm actually running a 1 of Flirtatious Succubus. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with Flirtatious Succubus. I personally don't like the card in more copies of than 3 just because I really don't like riding it. But I found that a 1 of tech slot is perfect for this card because you are very likely to see it just because you soul charge so much in this deck. You're going to either see it in your hand or you're going to see it in your soul. And if you see it in your soul, you're fine. You can get it Ghoulish Spoiler, that's 2 free pops, or you could just counterblast 1, ditch a card, and call it. So I just feel like she's really good as a 1 of. I wouldn't bump her up, to be honest, just because you don't want to ride the 8k, and I feel like her in multiples isn't really that good. And for the grade 1s, obviously, you gotta play 4-Dimension Creeper. It's a staple. He's obviously your first grade 1 ride. He helps you accelerate the soul. 4 Doreens helps you make big numbers because that's literally what this deck is, retire in big numbers because we're not running No Life King. And 3 of Alluring. Alluring helps you get the grade 3 you want to ride. You want to ride this or you want to ride this. You don't want to ride ball. You ride ball, you lose. So that's why we're running 3 of this.
Plus, doesn't she put a grade 3 into soul?
Yeah.
So you can like find...
It's check top 7, add 1 grade 3 to hand, and add 1 to soul.
Yeah, so you can like find ball and a Dantarian, shove this into soul and this into your hand.
Yeah,
That's pretty nuts.
Or the opposite, depending on what you need in that scenario.
Yeah.
But yeah, as for the grade 1s, I cut it down to 11 just because I wanted to add the Flirtatious Succubus, and it's working out. 11 ones actually work out pretty well in Standard. Obviously, your on-ride draw card.
Vermilion Gatekeeper.
And as much as you want to, because this deck has no draw power, you can't. You need to run the 8 crits, 4 draw, and 4 heal because you will deck yourself out, trust me.
Yes, you will.
You can't run draws in this deck.
Hey, 12 crit, it's coming.
12 crit
soon.
is coming soon.
Yes.
Yeah, soon. Good matchups for this deck are obviously field reliant decks. You have a chance against Bermuda with this version of the deck, but your worst matchups are Excel. Just Excel.
Excel.
Excel is your worst matchup. It really hurts.
Maybe Protect 2 could help.
Protect 2 would help greatly against Excel, just because the protects in your hand are worthless. At least you get the 5k buff and shield. But another worse matchup is retire heavy matchups like Kagero and Shadows and Nurkami hurts too.
Yeah,
just because you need your Dorians. You really need your Dorians. You need your pieces on board. And yeah, that's really the deck, guys. Just like, comment, subscribe down below. Let us know what you think of the deck, if you have any changes you'd make, and we're gonna have some matches of this deck and some other decks. So
see
y'all later.
Peace.